style game, or
It's
what?
worse than that.
Okay,
It's
like a
like
Marvel
what?
movie.
Yeah, it's like if like a bully's idea of anime, if that became something, but it's like it's a female protagonist, which is fine,
Yikes. Okay, yeah.
but like
Probably trans.
a
Yeah.
female protagonist by a guy that was probably like, you know what we should have? A female protagonist. So then it comes off as this like it's just embarrassing, right? I don't I I wasn't prepared to like talk in detail about what makes it so, but it's like I was saying I never really like understood what cringe meant
Mm-hmm.
like exactly until playing this, where I'm like I can't like I just don't want to hear what they're saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Um, you're way more culturally in tune, I think, than I am. Like you've seen like movies that aren't just the most popular movies, and you like your comedian stuff and everything. I'm kind of
I don't
curious
know
from
to
your
what degree you were culturally
not at
in
all.
tune or not.
I'm a gamer and I've seen some anime basically, and I sit on the
Well,
computer all
we're
day.
probably on the same.
Okay, but you know like more than two directors. Okay, that's you have like a world of knowledge away from me.
Okay.
Actually, I know three now because David Lynch just died. So
He did.
yeah,
So you're learning about David Lynch now?
no, but I remember the name at least for a few days.
Have you watched any of his movies?
Somehow, sometimes there'll be famous directors, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I've seen a lot of his stuff. I don't know if I've actually seen any David Lynch stuff.
You know what you should start with is his Dune.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. He hated it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it is weird, but it's do you like Dune?
I
The
didn't
recent
like
one?
Dune 1 that much. I thought it was kind of boring. I thought Dune 2 was okay.
I didn't see two. I think I don't. I've seen the David Lynch Dune,
Okay.
and then I saw the TV miniseries, and then I saw this one with the boy. But I've seen all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I could not tell you a single thing about the story.
Okay.
I don't know anything. That I've just my eyes roll. I'm like, oh, it's like Star Trek kind of.
I don't actually know. Actually, there's a
Yeah.
boy, and he has
I
like he
don't.
has the voice, and he.
I
knows
don't.
the
I would
words.
challenge anyone that just saw only the new one to tell me what that movie's about.
I feel like the problem with a lot of
And if you can meet that challenge, you're disinvited from the contest.
damn,
But if you have,
it's got to be funny. So I
yeah,
can't know
right.
the answer.
We're doing a
right?
pre-contest where we check to see if you know, and then if you do, you're disqualified.
Do you think the whole like woke stuff for media, like you spoke about like the cringy woman protagonist lead? Do you think that was like
That's not the
overblown, or
problem.
do you
It's
think?
not. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a woke thing. It's that it's this like kind of like. It's just this It's a very like hot topic kind of vibe. It's not. It's not the woke. It's the game's not woke at all.
Sure.
It's like a woman with like, she's got like supernatural intuition, and her brother was kidnapped, and he's like crazy, dude. He's like so crazy, and so he's so crazy that the government needs his mind, and then it doesn't go anywhere. It's
Okay.
just like
What does this have to do with it being a woman protagonist over a guy protagonist?
it's a woman protagonist written by I don't like a man who I'm assuming has never had sex. It's like a gay like
Is she bad
it's
at
like
writing, or what's like the indicator in the
like,
game?
you
Where
know,
it's like, wow, this is definitely not.
you've always played games, right?
Yeah.
And maybe when you were 10, you would be like, wouldn't it be cool if my girlfriend played games also? If I had it, and you've never had a girlfriend. And then
Okay.
you become an adult, and if your girlfriend also plays video games, you're like, get the away from me.
Okay.
You know, you
She's
should
slowing you down. Yeah.
Yeah, well, not slowing me down. It's like I don't want to do the same thing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You have to have your own interests. You know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So it's like a fictional. I don't even know if that's really the problem. It's just very embarrassing. It gives me a like a yes, very much like a hot topic, cringe. Like I'm so dude, I'm twisted. You know what I mean? Like that kind of vibe, and that's what I hate about it.
Okay. I'm saying okay, but I don't think I have any idea what you mean at all. Actually, no.
God fucking damn!
I
it,
just
dude.
don't understand what
It
you're all
just
saying.
sucks.
Okay.
I
Okay,
don't
it
like.
sucks.
I didn't.
Gotcha. It's cringy. It's poorly written.
You
Okay.
know what you can't
Yeah.
do to me is you can't ever ask why.
Okay.
Right. So if I
That's
say
good. We're
something,
vibes. We're all
if
vibing.
I say,
We're about the
if
vibes
I
here,
say
yeah.
something, right, and even if it's nonsense, you go totally,
Totally. Okay.
right, totally.
Okay.
If you say why, you come on, man, you're throwing fucking sand in the wrenches. Now you go
Totally.
right, exactly.
Okay.
That analogy doesn't mean anything. Is that what is that? What does that mean? Nothing, right?
Totally. I got you.
Yeah,
I
right,
understand what you're saying
exactly.
Now we're on the
Yeah,
same
right,
wavelength.
yeah. That's
Um,
jazz. That's jazz.
That's jazz.
That's jazz.
Just random, go with the flow, collateral, right?
Sure.
Great
See,
movie.
now you
That's
made
a
it make
great
sense
movie.
for me.
Yeah.
I just said that's jazz. I don't know what that means at all,
absolutely.
but you,
We
yeah,
get it,
there we
yeah.
go. Okay.
Have you seen Collateral? If you've tuned into my stream basically at all in the past few years, one of the things that I've been complaining about over and over and over again is how horrible the media environment is. As a result of that, I feel like fixing our media consumption habits is probably one of the most important things that we can do on our way to 2026 and beyond. One of the new tools that I found to help me with that is Ground News. Ground News is both a website and an app that you can download for your iPhone or your Android that basically helps you sort through the media of the day. It's a giant media outlet aggregator that sorts through all of the different media websites and how they report on different stories of the day. You can see immediately at a glance how particular stories are being reported on. It will tell you like the types of media outlets that are all rated by 3 independent media rating agencies, whether or not these sites are left-leaning, apolitical, nonpartisan, or right-leaning. And sometimes you can tell what a particular story is literally just based on the websites that are covering it. So for instance, I see here that there's a headline generated by Ground News that says State Farm will not advertise during the Super Bowl amid the LA fires. I see that a lot of right-leaning sources are covering this. If I click into it, I can see that there are 15 total sources, 3 left-leaning, 8 right-leaning. I can even see the particular websites that are reporting on it based on their placement on the political spectrum. I can click through to a site. I can literally see the headline, State Farm is forced into humiliating Super Bowl U-turn after LA wildfires, and the cost is immeasurable. I can go back to Ground News, and I can literally see a site here. Federal judge allows red states to resume lawsuit against mifepristone, an abortion drug. Obviously, this is something that conservatives probably won't report much on, but I see a lot of nonpartisan sites reporting on it. And I see a few liberal ones. I can click through here. And again, I can get summaries of the left-leaning viewpoints, any right-leaning viewpoints if there were ones, and then kind of what the nonpartisan people are saying, as well as a bias comparison that kind of summarizes all the viewpoints. It's also a really cool feature on this site called Blind Spot. This is going to show you the most partisan reported stories. So if I'm a left-leaning person, these are stories that I might have missed because they're almost exclusively reported on by right-leaning outlets. And then here's stories over here for the right that are reported on by almost exclusively left-leaning outlets. So it's probably something I'm going to be incorporating a lot more on stream going forward, just so that we can kind of explore how the media is reporting on the news of the day. If you're interested in grabbing a Ground News subscription, you can get everything that you've seen here that I use on the Vantage level. And if you go to ground.news/DGG, or if you scan the QR code that's on screen, you will get a 50% discount on that Vantage level plan, which will give you, like I said, unlimited access to every feature I've shown you here, plus more. See you on Ground News. Go here, drink, because you keep trying to drink, and I ask you.
I got one sip in.
Okay.
I got one
I feel
sip
like I'm interrupting you. Yeah.
Collateral. No, I'm just nervous. This is like, I had no idea what to expect coming into this. You told me you got.
Didn't we give you like a whole packet of like show prep or whatever?
No, they did give me nothing. But also, it's like I come in, you're making fun of my clothes. You're like, you look like a kid. And
I didn't make fun of your clothes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, not okay. So also this is nice. I like this outfit. Okay. To be clear. It was the people behind the scenes who were like, "Can we actually put him on looking like that?" And I'm like, "No, he's fine. He's good."
Clearance at Patagonia, or not Patagonia.
North Face. You do a lot of snowboarding?
No, none.
Skiing?
No, nothing. What I do a lot of is staying warm, and I got these at what the is it? Paragon Sports on clearance last spring. So they were like throwing them out. I got these for like $35. They're like $200 pants or something. I'm assuming they're $500 pants, and I got them for nothing.
That's an amazing savings.
But then I just bought them, and so they were new. And, so I wanted to wear them, but it was already like close to April. So I was sweating pretty bad in the studio. And then I spilled an entire jar of paint all over red paint, and it splattered all over them. And I had to spend.
What were you doing with the jar of red paint?
I don't know what we painted I hired my friend. I don't know if anyone's watched the Adam Friedland show outside of you.
Yeah. Oh, we watched so many episodes on stream.
Well, you probably haven't seen it very early on. So initially it was just like, we had a podcast and then we didn't, and was like, let's just do something else. And I was like, let's rent a studio space. And like, there was an idea to have it become what it is now, but like, we didn't know how to do it. We didn't know what to do at all. We like figured it out on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first month or so, we were shooting like test episodes. We would call them like test episodes. And there's one early one. If you see, I'm dressed up like Dracula, and Adam interviews Dracula. Dracula was technically the first guest on the show.
Okay.
And, my friend John, I hired to paint the studio, and that was the day he was there. So the man's ass that like swings behind Adam's head on the ladder, that's John. And John And John's very kind of John's like a props guy and he's good at what he does, but he came into paint and he told us that the those things, the sprinkler, I think those are those risers? When sprinklers